here's a question for you this morning. What lengths would you go to wipe out your bills and get out of debt? Well, a recent survey asked that question to 2,000 people, and some of the answers might surprise you. Joining us now is Dr. Erika Rasure, a financial therapist with Houston-based Beyond Finance, and she's going to break this all down for us. First of all, doctor, thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Okay, so we'll get to those survey results in just a bit. But first, let's explain to our viewers what exactly is a financial therapist, if maybe they've never heard of one.
You would be surprised how many people haven't. Financial therapist is somebody who really works with the emotional and psychological sides of debt to help people really understand how their emotions and their feelings drive their relationship with their money.
And isn't that what it's all about, doctor? I mean, emotions play such a huge role in this, right?
They absolutely do. And it's something I see every single day in my work as a financial therapist at Beyond Finance with the clients. It's amazing how much of that shines through.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are some of the extremes that people would go to be debt-free? Like, what are some of the survey results that you found?
I think the most shocking one for me was that 11% of people would go to Pamplona and run with the bulls. And believe it or not, and I would never be able to do this myself, but 29% would endure a whole month without internet access.
Oh, wow. So they would cut that out. I mean, it's all about kind of cutting back, but I definitely wouldn't run with the bulls, no matter how much they paid. There's a lot of things I definitely wouldn't do. Okay, so the survey also showed that even if people were able to get out of debt, it would just be temporary as well.
Yeah, we're looking at 8.5 weeks on average is the confidence level in which, from the frame of time reference, to where people would be like, yeah, I could stay out of debt for 8.5 weeks, which is just not a ton. But I really think that speaks to people's concern and the emotional distress they have about money and their ability to manage it.
Yeah. Okay, let's get our viewers some good advice here. So if our viewers are watching and they're really stuck in a cycle, you know, they have several credit cards full of debt, or they have student loans, or they have things that, you know, that they need to pay off, but they don't know where to start. What would you say is the best place to start?
I think learning to manage it effectively can be really life-changing because almost half of those surveyed really do admit feeling anxious about their debt, which makes it incredibly challenging to focus on those important solutions, which deters us then from our short and long-term goals. And so being able to get in touch with how you feel about it, taking a really introspective perspective, which is something I recommend with my clients at Beyond Finance, and really getting to that nitty-gritty of what your financial values are and looking at what it is you can control instead of relying on those external influences to really guide your decision making. Good personal finance and feeling good about it is totally an inside job.
Yes, totally. Doctor, what do you hear the most from some of your clients about the emotional side of it? Anxiety, fear, worry, obviously those emotions I'm sure play a huge role in it.
One of the big things with our clients that are going through the debt journey is that they feel really alone. They feel so much shame. They feel embarrassed. They don't know where to start. And so when we're getting to that point, you know, where they can't keep up with their minimum payments, the anxiety, the stress only compounds on top of that. And that's a really scary position to be. And that's something we really put a lot of value on at Beyond Finance is if you're exhausted looking for a loan or asking loved ones for help, there's no shame in finding a solution like a debt resolution program because it's a solution that might change your life if you learn how to trust the process and in turn learn how to trust yourself with your money again.
Yeah, because you get to a point where you're maybe robbing Paul to pay Peter and you're just moving money around and you're not really getting out of the situation.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely.
Doctor, let folks know, lastly, you know, there are options. Like you said, the debt resolution option, you know, that finance can get people in a really maybe depressive state, in a really lonely state, but they need to know they're not alone. So many of us have had to deal with, you know, debt issues, and people are still trying to figure out ways, so they're not alone, and there are resources for folks that are stuck in this cycle.
Absolutely. And choose one, that's personalized to your needs and what you're comfortable with. Don't necessarily be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone, but don't be afraid to talk to people about your money, especially, professionals that can help, like Beyond Finance or a financial therapist or a financial counselor. There's people out there. It's very Mr. Rogers. Look for the helpers. Yeah. There are helpers out there that you can talk to and feel safe and get that confidence you need to let that debt diminish as you become motivated to become debt-free.
Yes, and there is always a way out of it. Lots of resources, and we're going to put this up on our website. Dr. Rasure, first of all, thank you for joining us this morning.
My pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful day.